Ranking popular side hustles by how much they can make you per month. First up, starting a clothing brand. A lot of people start and even more people fail. If you have a solid foundation, meaning you have a good brand and you also do good in advertising, you can definitely make 1 to 3,000 as a small clothing brand, but there are a lot of clothing brands that have scaled and have easily gone past 10,000 a month. But I'm going to say on average for beginners, if you play your hand right, then you can definitely make 1 to 3,000 a month. But that's not to say you can't make over 10,000 a month. But for beginners, I'm just going to leave it right here. Next, we got affiliate marketing, which is using social media to send traffic to a product or service and then earning commission. For affiliate marketing, you already need an existing audience. This is great if you're an influencer or you have a lot of followers on any platform, but if you don't, then you have to build an audience from scratch, which can be tricky. If you have a large audience base or you're good at advertising, then you can definitely make 3 to 10K a month. But for beginners who don't have a huge following base and just started out, I would say 1 to 3K is a little more reasonable if you're consistent. All right, next we got reselling, which is basically buying things for cheap and then flipping them on Marketplace or eBay for profit. This is a great side hustle and it doesn't take too much time, but it's not really consistent income. So I'm going to say on average, I'd put it at 1 to 3K a month since it's not scalable and your earnings aren't always consistent. Next, we got shoveling driveways. This is an excellent side hustle if you're young and you live somewhere where it snows. I personally do this myself and it's a lot of physical labor. So don't be surprised if you wake up with a sore back. Anyways, if you only get one-time clients, then it's unlikely you make more than 1,000. But if you do seasonal contracts and scale like me, you can definitely make over $3,000. But once again, it's a lot of effort, and once you have a lot of clients, it basically becomes a part-time job. Let's be for real, most people don't scale their snow shoveling business, so I'm gonna leave it here. Next up, we got delivering food. If you have a car and don't mind driving around, then it's a pretty calm side hustle. I'm gonna put it at 1 to 3K a month. Next up, we got Uber. It's pretty similar to DoorDash without the occasional snacking on french fries. Anyways, it's pretty much the same as DoorDash. You can make 1 to 3K a month. Next, we got vending machines, and this is a big one. No, literally. It's pretty expensive to start up, but when you have everything set up, it's a pretty good passive income on the side and you barely have to do anything. So for most people who have 1 to 2 machines, they'd make upwards of 1,000 a month, but it's definitely scalable and I have seen people make over $3,000 with only 5 to 10 machines. So I'm gonna leave it here. Next up is a really popular side hustle, drop shipping, which is basically finding a product, making a website, advertising it online, and then waiting for clicks to come in. If you succeed as a beginner, you can definitely make 3 to 10K a month. And I know you're going to say, and yes, I know, there are definitely people who've made dozens, if not hundreds of $1,000s a month. But come on, that's 1% of people. On average, you can make 3 to 10K a month if you have a good product, good advertising, and a good website. Next up's my favorite, home services. It's easy to start, easy to scale, easy to make money, and an underrated side hustle. If you succeed in your first couple months and stay consistent with door knocking, you can definitely make 3 to 10K a month. But once you scale and get better at selling and running the business, it's definitely possible to make over 10,000 a month. Before beginners starting out, I'm gonna leave it at 3 to 10K. Next up, we got collecting cans. If you're homeless and trying to get back on your feet, I'd definitely recommend. But you can only make like 40 bucks, so. Next up, we got a fast food job. It's good for short-term cash, but it is not scalable. But most of you guys watching are young and you'd probably take on a part-time job. So the most you can make is 1,000 bucks. If you work full-time, you still don't make that much money, 3,000 tops per month. But I know the average works part-time, so I'm gonna leave it here. Next up, we got gambling. Guys, this is not a side hustle and I do not condone it, but I've made like 300 bucks in 1 week playing poker. So I'm gonna put it here if you're good at poker, but if not, but I know all you guys are good at poker, so I'm going to leave it right here. But just a heads up, it's really risky and inconsistent and I do not condone. Next, we got running a faceless shorts channel. It honestly works if you pick a good niche and you're consistent. And I'm actually posting a video soon where I tested it from scratch and I got real results. So feel free to check it out when it comes out. Anyways, you can't profit overnight. It takes a while to build up your channel. But once it clicks, you can make some serious money. On average, successful channels make 3 to 10K a month, with some making way more. Next up is starting a personal brand, which is basically building an audience on social media like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. So the main way you make money is through ads, courses, brand deals, and affiliates. And it takes a long time to start, but on average for beginners who get monetized, they make 1 to 3K a month, with some bigger and more consistent creators making 3 to 10K a month. And yeah, I know, The top 1% of YouTubers like Mr. Beast make way more. But guys, they're not average, so I'm gonna leave it here for the average. Next, we got selling AI to businesses, which is basically setting up AI receptionists, CRMs, automations, and other systems for businesses. It takes a lot of work to start since you're basically building a business, but I've got a friend who just started last month and he already made 2K, so I'm gonna leave it here. But as you stay consistent, gain your skills, and scale your business, you can definitely make up to 10,000, if not more. But on average, I'm gonna leave it at 3 to 10K. So this is my final ranking, but more is coming soon, so tell me what I should rank next in the comments.
Subscribe.